What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. We're finally getting somewhere with these damn storylines. Certain parts of this episode I enjoyed. The Scott Liesel situation was insane. That was high intense. The plane is just turbulent as hell. It looked like it's going down. Um, Liesel was like, okay, I need to take my ass to the front and see what's going on with the pilot because Scott kept trying to call the pilot and couldn't. Nobody was answering. So Lisa was like, maybe the pilot had a heart attack, something medically could be wrong with the pilot. That's why the plane acting crazy. And she wanted to go up there and Scott stopping her. I'm like, Scott, what you stopping her for? Shit, something really could be going on with the pilot, fool. Let her go. So, the freaking mask and all that, the oxygen mask dropped from the ceiling and stuff. And he was like, you need to put this on. I help you put it on. So he took his oxygen mask off and Scott was like, you know what? The hell with this. He said, because if this is the end, he said, we about to die. I need to tell you what I need to tell you. He said, I think I love you. As soon as he said that, she done passed the fuck out. I said, Lisa. Lisa. Somebody wake up Lisa. And Scott was sitting there. He all scary and nervous. It's a Shitzel. Shitzel. I fucking love Scott and Lisa together. Writers, do not break them up ever. I will kill you myself. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I love them. He said, Shitzel. Shitzel. Like he talking to a damn dog or something. Shitzel. I love them together. I really do. I love it. That shit was hilarious. But it's getting serious though, because they knocked out on the damn plane. So now the plane flying normal now. Two goons come from the back, from the cockpit or whatever. They coming from near and they getting on the phone, checking their posts or whatever, and they on the phone, I guess, talking to their boss, like, yeah, we got it, we did it, whatever. And they asking the boss, well, what do we do about Baldwin or whatever? And the boss, I guess, told them to chuck his ass. I say y'all better not try to kill Scott. I'm starting to get the feeling there was never a medical conference in the first place. I'm starting to get the feeling somebody set that up. Like, probably contacted Lisa about a medical conference just to get her out of Port Charles and stuff like that. I don't know. This whole situation ties in. I feel like this whole thing ties in to what Dante, Anna, and Sam are working on with the Drew situation. I really feel like this is all a lead into that. Because we see all three of them at the Metro Court going over all the paperwork that they got from the WSB file on Drew's crash. And this Lethe company, they're looking at the file for that. They're looking at the whole Crichton Clark situation. And it all leads back to the Cassadines. I'm starting to think the Cassadines got something to do with all of this mess. They got a hand in it, especially Victor. Because Cassadines don't die. They might look like they died, but like Helena said when she got shot, minor inconvenience. Because, every time Helena was on the brink of death, she always came back just to kick and talking about it was all the minor inconvenience. So they all just basically shooting around ideas at this point. Anna does not have the clout that she once had at the WSB. So now they're questioning the documents that they have, like if the documents are legit or not. Because there was a secret mystery passenger on Drew's charter flight or whatever that nobody has a name on. They don't know who the fuck was on that flight. So they're trying to figure that out. Because Dante was like, oh, maybe it was an employee from the Lethe Corporation or whatever. And Sam was like, if it was just a coincidence or whatever, and this employee, if it was somebody from the Lethe company that was on that flight with Drew, why would they try to conceal his information? I agree with Sam on that. I love when smart people get together and they all bouncing ideas off each other. Because for so long, they had Sam, Dante, and Anna looking real stupid at one point. And I'm glad all three of them had got their brain back. They all using their smarts. I said, there you go. Anna, she fucked up with the whole Peter situation. Due to the fact that she concealed information for Peter, the WSB ain't rocking with her like that. You know what I mean? Like, as far as, like, sensitive information, she no longer has access to that stuff now. And then they were talking about when Victor ran Crichton Clark and how him and Helena was using that place as their own personal prison. And when he was, the director of the WSB, he was basically doing unsanctioned covert operations. He was basically running WSB like Suge Knight fucking ran Death Row Records. He was doing mad illicit shit. And they got the feeling that maybe when, they took Victor down and eradicated him and some of his people from the WSB, the crooked people, they didn't get all the crooked people. I said they probably didn't. My whole thing is because Sam came up with the idea that maybe the WSB had something to do with Drew's plane going down. But Anna didn't think so. She was like, it was unlikely. I mean, they're just bouncing everything off each other, trying to see what sticks. They're just bouncing scenarios at this point. My thing was, why are they not calling the director of the WSB now? Last I remember, Frisco Jones is in charge of the WSB now. Why are y'all not calling him trying to figure some shit out? Like, who's currently working there? Because they think somebody crooked got to be up in that WSB still. Somebody got to be there. Somebody's like withholding and covering up. And Anna thinks that it's somebody high up. But she thinks that they don't have a long reach to get rid of all the paperwork, all the trail, the paper trail. They just got enough to cover up certain things. They got enough power to do that. But I'm like, call Frisco. If y'all would call Frisco and try to get in touch with him directly, he might be able to shed some light on some of this shit. He the boss. I love this though. I love that they're bouncing these ideas off each other. I'm feeling it. I really am. I love this shit. I was like, this is what y'all supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Good work. I love that. You know what I mean? They all thinking like, oh, maybe this is this, maybe not. But Sam was like, nah, it ain't this, it's this. Maybe it's that. You know what I mean? I agree with that. I like this. I said this is a good mystery, good drama that I like. I said this is what I'm talking about. But I got a feeling Victor Cassadine got something to do with this. I mean, Dante, he brought up a good point too. He was like, back in 2014 when Victor was shot and he set off that detonator that blew the whole damn place up. Dante admitted it. He was like, we all barely made it out of there when the place was about to go blow up. We all was about to die too. But my thinking is, what if Helena's men, because Robin didn't think Helena got out of there in time either with that explosion, but she did. So what if her men got Victor out of there? What if he wasn't actually dead? What if he was just unconscious, her men moved him or whatever? She got guards all over the place. Because remember when Helena saw Obrecht, she was like she wanted to thank Victor, but he was dead. And we all know how Helena do. She'll make you think something that's not what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't never tell nobody her moves. You know what I mean? Like she'll just play along, be like, oh, he dead. But in reality, no, he not. Because you know how the Cassadines do. They got about 20 lives. They don't never actually die. But I got a feeling the Cassadines definitely have a hand in all of this. They got something to do with this because their name just keep popping up, and that ain't coincidental. You know what I mean? But I think Peter, of course, got a hand in this shit too. His hands ain't clean. But I can't wait to find out who did this. And like I said before, I think this all ties in to Lisa and Scott. I can't wait to see more of this, man. I'm intrigued. I was watching this today, like, so this is this is that, this is that. Like, I was really into this. Like, watching the episode today, I was really like, okay, so this is what we're doing with this. And I love a good thriller. I love a good mystery. I fucking love it. And they're doing a good job with this, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. So anyway, moving on from that. So, some shit is going down with the Mafia right about now. Carly and Jason don't know who they can trust. My thing is, I wouldn't trust nobody. That that entire five family group, crooked as shit. They are crooked. I wouldn't trust nobody from the five families. Hell, look at Miss Wu, whatever her name is. She wanted Carly dead at one point. I wouldn't trust none of them people. Because they're trying to figure out who from the outside is working with Cyrus. Because his entire organization is in shambles right now. So who gonna work with him? Whatever his name is, Shimba, whatever his name is, that Five Families associate member. He was the one. He went to go see Cyrus. So he was the one, because remember, he was sitting at the Metro Court bar, that episode when Carly and Jax were arguing and stuff like that about Jocelyn. And Jason walked in with him. I think his name's Shumba or something like that. Bushumba, something like that. And he and Jason were sitting at the bar, and he didn't agree with the Novaks and stuff like that. He felt like the Novaks were getting out of control, Joey was out of control, and he wasn't siding with them. So all of that was just to reel Jason in, to think that, Jason got his trust or whatever. Like he could, Jason can trust him or whatever. He working with Cyrus. I said, no wonder. because it was something shifty about him the first time I see him. And my thing was, I was like, okay, Jason might have an ally here, but I wouldn't trust nobody from that five families because at the end of the day, Sonny has a lot of prime real estate. He holds a lot of prime territory. Anybody within the five families will want that. So you really can't trust none of them. And Carly want to make sure that their wedding is going to be triple, quadruple the security because all of their family members and loved ones are all going to be in one place. They're vulnerable because the enemy could wipe them all out all in one spot. So, Jason reassured her they got Brick and everybody on security and they, made sure security is extra tight and nothing's going to go wrong. But we all know in soaps, yeah, shit always go wrong. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Jason, you should know that. Um, but Cyrus is coming for all his enemies at this point. He coming for that ass. Because Carly was looking at stuff and she was like, okay, so Martin checked out of the hotel. Laura talking about she in DC because remember she RSVP for their wedding, but now she's saying she can't make it. And Carly wasn't buying it. Carly said, nah, Cyrus coming for us. He coming for our ass. I said, he sure is. He about to come for y'all. So yeah, they can't trust none of these people. Jason gonna have to have eyes in the back of his damn head at this point. So anyway, moving on from that. I like the little camping trip though that Elizabeth and Finn and the kids and Chase went on. I liked it. They done freaking got a new actor to play Aiden. I said, what the hell? I actually liked the other little Aiden. He was fun. But it is what it is. That's what they do. They recast. It sucks, but I wish that they would go the route with that they went with Kimberly McCullough. Like she was on the show from the time she was a child to adult. And I wish that they would do that with some more kid actors. But I guess things happen. But they all had a good time, and it was funny because Violet was calling them old and stuff. That shit was hilarious. But they are definitely setting the scene for Elizabeth and Finn to be a couple. And they was trying to act like Elizabeth couldn't set up a tent. I'm like, Elizabeth is a country girl. That girl know how to set up a tent. Like, stop trying to play her like she a little damsel in distress. She know how to set up stuff. But yeah, they definitely trying to get Finn and Elizabeth to hook up. Normally, I wouldn't mind, but no. No, because that's her sister ex / baby daddy, conflict of interest. No. I think there's a little chemistry there, but I don't know. I'm on the fence about them two. I really am. I mean, they will look nice together, but I don't know. I'm on the fence. But that was a cool scene. I loved it. Everybody getting along and having fun and all that. You know what I mean? Some light camping. I always wanted to go camping, but I never went. But that looked fun as shit. So anyway, moving on from that. Sonny is starting to get his mojo back. Not his memory, but his mojo. He is, using his gut instincts about Peter. Because he told Nina straight up. He said, look, Peter is, he got a bad vibe to him. And that's what I always tell people. When you meet somebody, trust your gut, trust your vibe. And when you get a bad vibe off of someone, like they got some bad, aura or whatever, you need to step the hell back. And Sonny felt that about him. Like he was like, yeah, something about Peter just wasn't right. And he said when Peter first saw him, the way he was looking at Sonny made Sonny feel like you know me. Like you know who I really am. But Peter tried to say, nah, I don't know you or whatever. He know you. And Sonny trying to put the pieces together because something just ain't sit right with Sonny. And, Nina was looking scared and stuff like, oh, what did Peter say to you? I was like, look at your little scared ass. She was fear and trembling. She was shaking like a stripper. I said, calm down. He ain't blow your cover. Relax. You still got your little lie for now. And Nina is so sure that her little plan gonna work, talking about some, oh, Peter's, he's not coming back. I said, Nina, your plan went to hell in a handbasket, boo. In case you don't know, I mean, obviously you don't know, but your aunt is in SOS. She's in trouble right now. She can't help you with your little Peter problem like she thought she could. No, she's dealing with a bigger crisis at the moment. So Sonny want to take Nina out on an official date or whatever. He done set up a little, candlelight little dinner outside the pub or whatever. I can't wait for this mess to be over. And you know what I was happy about though? Because I really thought Jocelyn and Trina's scenes were going to be a waste of time. I thought so at first when they were talking about cooking Jack some dinner. I said, what's the significance of this? Because I was wondering when I was watching. I said, okay, what's the point of them cooking Jack's dinner? But then they were talking about doing appetizers because the soup that she wanted to make was going to take like 3 hours. So they was like, we need, appetizers, something to kind of hold us over or whatever. And they were talking about marinara sauce. Aha. I was like, oh shit, the sauce. Finally, the sauce is coming into fucking play. Remember, Trina got the sauce from Phyllis when she was in Nixon Falls, and that's the homemade sauce Sonny makes. I said, oh shit. So if Jocelyn tastes that sauce and Jax tastes that sauce, I don't know if Jax ever tasted Sonny's sauce before. Um, but if Jocelyn tastes that sauce, she gonna know that's Sonny's. Cause she done had, I'm pretty sure she done had Sonny's cooking plenty of times, so she know how he makes food and he makes sauce from scratch. So it's a distinctive sauce. You can't. That's not some shit that you could buy in the store. You know what I'm saying? So if she tastes that, she gonna know that's Sonny shit and wonder like, okay, so how did it end up in Nixon Falls? Finally, we are getting some movement, and I like it because I thought the whole sauce thing was been gonna come into play, but they just now putting it into play. I said, well, it's about damn time. Let's rock and roll. I said, let's go. This is what I've been waiting for. Damn it. I'm happy though. I said it's about time, yo. Things are, they moving. I said that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, moving on from that. Sean and Jordan are sitting there talking and whatnot about the case or whatever in the Naomi case and stuff like that. So basically, she wants to work with Sean because Sean is not backing down. And he basically told her, we could work together and share information, or you do your case, I do my own case. Because he was like, either way, I need answers. And I can't say that I blame him. So Jordan was like, all right, look. She was like, we gonna work together, but we only gonna work together when I'm off duty. I agree with Sean. First of all, when are you off duty, Jordan? Because you always working. Shit, even when her and Curtis was married, and he wanted to go out to dinner with her, she was always at the damn office. So I'm like, when are you off duty? And I agree with Sean. I'm glad Sean mentioned it. I say exactly. She always working. That's part of the reason Yaz getting a divorce now. Um, so they were pretty much trying to, look into Naomi's travels. Like, where was the last, like, when she came to Port Charles, where was she coming from? Because that could kind of pinpoint how she ended up dead. Like, who did she interact with out there, wherever she was? I agree. I said, now that's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only lead that they really got right now. Look into that because that could tell you a story in itself. You know what I mean? I said, this is what I'm talking about, Jordan. You finally got some smarts. Because usually when she run in the department and stuff, she don't know, she can't catch the clap in a Mexican whorehouse. So I'm like, I don't trust that. The PCPD ain't known for their diligence. So, like, I'm glad, they finally using a brain for once. So that was pretty much the whole episode. I actually enjoyed a lot of parts of this episode. This was good. Stuff is finally moving. Hopefully we get this stuff resolved rather quickly. I'm really here for this mystery that's going on though. With the WSB, with the Cassadines maybe being involved. Lisa, shit is fun right now. This is like really like getting me right now. This is getting me in tune. I'm like, I like it. But hit the comment section, let me know what y'all thought. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.